Hi, I'm Ben. I play Fabled. It's not really a common deck type, or at least the way I've seen it. People use it to get out Quasar, and shooting star Quasar, whatever it's called. I use it a lot differently because I like to keep archetypes together, and you guys are going to catch me on that in a second. So I guess we'll get started with the deck profile. Okay, so first up I play 27 monsters. Fabled Grimrose are the searchers of the deck. They're really easy to bring out. Pretty much anything you want to bring to your hand. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. Next I play 3 Ganashias. Obviously, you know, it's amazingly just to get tuners on the field. And he's a beat stick, 1800. It's not pretty, it's not bad if, you know, I bring him back out through the use of his effect. I banish him quite a bit, so it doesn't really matter. Nozochi, 3 copies. Bringing out Nozochi is essential, more or less, when you have certain combos. So you ditch a level 2 tuner that has the ability to, when discarded by the graveyard, obviously bring it back out. And and then you can special summon another level 1 tuner or anything, like Chawa. You discard Cerberel, special Nozochi, and then special Cerberel, or Chawa. Next I play Luri. This is easy to get the level 4 3 copies. Easy to get the level 4 synchros out and stuff like that. And it just makes a lot of sense. Basically, it more or less gets out. It more or less gets out anything else I need to kind of like bump up. So say if I've already got a level 4 synchro, I'll just bump it up to 1 to make a Ragin or Catastor. Next I play 2 crews. These are essential once Kudabi and Unicorn get sent to the graveyard, because as soon as I pitch Kudabi or pitch Cruise, I can easily summon Kudabi and Unicorn once they get dead. I only play 1 copy of Fabled Sulkius because it's easy to get him out. I mean, he sets off the other effects pretty easily. I mean, 1 copy just really works well. I mean, I've played it with 2 before. That works decent enough, but I took it out so I can make room for a second Ragin. Now for the tuners, I play 3 copies of Kushano. Kushano's easily, when it's in the graveyard, obviously gets other Fables back into the hand. Or it pitches those much-needed gone Fables and gets these guys back into the hand. Next is Cerberel. He's more or less self-explanatory because you pitch him and he comes back and he specials himself, and you know, that's a level 2 tutor right there. Chawa, by ditching other cards you get him out, which is pretty nice. And my 2 Ravens. Ravens are a godsend in the deck, especially if you're going for an OTK hand. You basically just summon Raven, pop out some cards that you can discard, and just get them out on the field as fast as possible. Next for the Magic and Traps, I run 2 Monster Reincarnation because obviously the ditching power and the ability to get another card back to my hand. I only play 1 Mystical because Unicorn is really the bane, is the existence of the low-level decks, the low-level part of this, and it really is the greatest way to, you know, just destroy shit and negate and stuff. So I mean, it negates and destroys, so it's automatically better than Mystical. 1 card destruction, obviously to discard stuff and then get a better hand, you know, or basically renewing my draw power. Monster Reborn, obviously, enemy controller can easily make those synchro monsters that you know you need, stuff like that. And then Swords, just in case, you know, stall power. For the next few cards, I've got Call of the Haunted, obviously Monster Reborn, Raigeki Break. Obviously, you see the utility there. Safe Zone is really good because, you know, it obviously gets a monster out that I can... It protects monsters, essentially, and just having them on the field, something where I can easily just synchro up, would be good. Mirror Force, obviously. Phoenix Wind, Wind Blast, because, you know, discarding a card, you know, basically discard a Fable that can easily special itself to destroy 1 card in the field is great. And then, obviously, Magic Cylinder to go ahead and get rid of pesky damage. As for the extra deck, I wear on 11 cards. Right now I'm only running 1 Kudabi. Kudabi is amazing if you need to stall, especially by keeping your hand at 0 completely. It's such a good card. As long as you're at 0, or as long as your monster can't be banished, that's great. Unicorn, I really want to run 3 of these. Unicorn is fantastic. This card obviously has won me many, many duels just by destroying effects and shit like that. Edit that one out. Okay. Alright, we got one Catastor because obviously it's pretty good. I mean, if I battle anything with light, so, or a non-dark monster, you know, it's pretty nice. Next, I run 3 copies of Ragin because once you summon Ragin, you have 0 less cards in your hand. You easily get 2 cards. I mean, I usually pull this off by getting Kudabia on the field as long as I have 0, and then, you know, syncing them up so I can get 2 more cards. I run 2 copies of Valkyris. I want to run more, but 2 is just, it just seems to be perfect enough. The ability to discard a Fiend, especially one that has an effect to be discarded, to get another card, really sets up for more loops and stuff. Blackwing Dragon, I know, it's not really essential to the deck, it's just there. I slipped it in, really, it's not really important. And then 2 copies of Fabled Leviathan basically resyncs up the entire loop, restarts up the entire loop. Because once it's destroyed, you get 3 of those cards back in your hand, and then you can just start the loop all over again as long as you have the necessary cards. And so, that's my deck profile. Hope you guys like.